knows what I hope everybody realizes when you talk about foreign aid. Africa has always been talked about within the context of foreign aid. And some people, experts, would say, oh, with all the foreign aid that, Nigeria or African countries have been receiving, why is the continent still, where it is today? Why is Ghana, or, why are they the way it is? Well, today I'm going to break it down so that you realize that foreign aid was never, never, ever designed to build the economy of any nation. Never. So if you're in politics today and you're listening to me, please grab your pen. Grab your pen, grab your notebook, and let me break this thing down to you. Because all of a sudden you see a lot of the political people and the ministries of trade and all of them and ministries of agriculture, they are sitting down waiting for foreign aid to do what? So that's something I want to focus on, so that when we break down why foreign aid is not a solution for any part of the world, even not for Africa, it never was for China, never was for India, so definitely not for Africa. It has its place, and we need to make sure we put it in its place, and we don't think it's the save all, be all, let's rescue Africa with foreign aid. That's not happening. So, and then we're going to break down the power and importance of foreign trade. Okay? So that's what I'm doing today. Yes, Tama, I see. Yes, you're attending. Tama's already registered. She's looking forward to it. We've been announcing a lot of our speakers. I'm telling you, I'm not into event, or, that's not my thing. But what this is a strategic play to key into key stakeholders and to make sure that you are in tune with what's going on around the world. So let me go straight to it. Foreign aid, usually it's a given nation, usually a more affluent nation that looks to, what they call third world countries or emerging economies or developing nations. They have so many names for those nations, right? The small, poor, they even say poor nations. Okay. Let's say the affluent nation, e.g., United States of America, picks a nation like Nigeria. Nigeria, that is the fifth producer, that used to be the fifth supplier of oil to US. They mark Nigeria and say, okay, Nigeria is a developing nation. We want to give you foreign aid. Okay, good. Fantastic. We're going to give you $1 billion in a year. Fantastic. Great. Nigeria is like, yay, America gives us $1 billion. Fantastic. But what you may not realize is that written into the law, because this is American taxpayers' money, okay? Written into the law of foreign aid, whether it's UK aid or USAID, US aid, it's similar. The projects and the contracts that emerge from those foreign trade, upward of at least 80% to, I don't know, I just want to be conservative. Let's say it's between 80 and 90% of those contracts must be fulfilled by companies originating in America. Okay, let me repeat that. Tied to foreign aid, whether US aid, UK aid, or whatever foreign aid is being given, $1 billion, whatever billion, to any nation, fantastic. It's a great, it's humanitarian, no doubt about that. But what the receiving party may not really understand, this is why we really need to start waking up to this thing, to realize that foreign aid is not a solution. It's a support tool, but it's not going to grow any economy, because tied to it is the American, for example, myself, an American company has to be tied to go and fulfill and execute that contract in country. So most of that money circulates here, and then what comes into the recipient's host country is what it needs to execute those contracts. So we might hire people on ground, we might contract things down on ground, yes, but the bulk of it is to us, the American private sector. Remember that. And what is really, really, really the gift is the project that is executed, not the money. Okay? So you need to start thinking $1 billion of foreign aid could translate to what? When we, private sector, we've calculated our labor, our overhead, all of those things, transportation, when we calculate all of those logistics, operational costs to come and execute a project in your country, What is left, or what do we even bring in, is what we need to execute those contracts in country. So all of a sudden, you now start realizing that for the next 100 years, if all the countries around the world start donating foreign aid, giving Africa foreign aid, you will start realizing, why is this money not trickling? You'll be seeing the big figures: 1 billion, 5 billion, 10 billion. Why is 10 billion not? Is it that bad? Why is Nigeria not? Why is it not transforming? We received 10 billion last year. Let's not kid ourselves. There are a number of things tied to it. It's never designed to build an economy. Okay? That's one. The second thing that I have seen is that a lot of the executors of those contracts, they bypass a critical group of people on the continent that can actually help make their initiative sustainable. Let me explain. In Africa, you have the political elites, you have the upper class, you have the upper middle class, you have the lower class, you have the lower, right? A lot of times, those that want to execute the contract, they will skip everybody. They might deal with the political elite a little bit, but they will skip the highly educated, sophisticated Africans that are in country on the continent. They will skip them. Okay, they will go into the rural parts and start executing projects. And guess what happens to those projects? The day they leave that rural part, there's no sustainability. They carry all their knowledge, they carry it away. What would really help is when they start realizing that, come on, there are smart, super educated Africans sitting in Africa that they should be partnering with, that are committed to Africa, that are they've studied in Harvard, they've studied in Stanford, London School of Business. Please give me MIT. They've studied at the best universities in the world. They are sitting in Africa. They are committed. They are not going anywhere. They've returned back home. Those are the critical elites and the diaspora that this contract, these executors of this contract should be partnering and engaging with, so that even when the contract ends and they move back to their nation and they leave, those elites, the upper middle class, the highly educated, highly sophisticated people can take that project forward because they've been exposed to what's possible with agriculture, with infrastructure development, with manufacturing. All of a sudden, they've been exposed. They were included. One thing about, I might give Nigeria as an example a lot because I can give Ghana as well. But one of the things that really, really allowed Nigeria, in the 80s, 70s, 80s to be the giant of Africa is because a lot of the on-ground initiatives were executed by Africans, right? Meaning, if you're building a bridge, if you're doing any construction, if you're doing any mega project, most of the labor that were used on those projects were in-country individuals, which meant that when those projects finished, those individuals would then birth their own businesses, they will birth their own initiatives, they will keep that momentum going because, knowledge is power. So what I see a lot of time with foreign aid projects that are executed is they will go into the most remote places, which is fine, but they will not take along the Harvard graduates, the MIT graduate, the person that understands global perspective that can actually translate these things. So you now ask, why are all these initiatives not sustainable? And I have examples, but I will not even share it. I've seen initiatives that spent, it was funded for 5 years. They were going to train these people. They trained that people. They did all this work for 5 years. After 5 years, the website has disappeared. Where is the knowledge you guys put together in 5 years? Gone. I'm telling you, this is real thing. I cannot make these things up. I'm only sharing things that personally I have engaged in, that I can defend and I can give you names. So I'm not going to share what other people said or this. No, this is personal experience of initiatives that were fully funded for 5 years. At the end of 5 years, because the project was not extended, everything, including the website and the knowledge and the contacts, after 5 years, it's as if it never happened. And I'm asking, For how long would you do this? Well, for how long can Africa keep allowing this? People come in, they take all those funds, they do this thing, and it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable because the educated elites is they are not partnered with, they are not groomed to take on the baton and take it to the next level. So that's another